Esteemed judges, fellow debaters, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I stand to speak for the motion, and I quote, "A stronger dictatorship is better than a weaker democracy as a tool for Ghana's growth and development." According to Merriam-Webster, dictatorship is a form of government where absolute power is concentrated in a single ruler or a small group. Democracy, according to Abraham Lincoln, is a government for the people, of the people, and by the people. The concept of strong dictatorship is highly controversial, but let's examine Singapore under Lee Kuan Yew. Singapore transformed from a struggling nation into a global financial hub within a few decades. This is as a result of strong leadership, efficient governance, and stringent laws, showcasing the fact that a strong dictatorship can drive rapid development. Let's look at some of the advantages of strong dictatorship. Some advantages of strong dictatorship is economic stability and growth. Under Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana experienced a massive improvement in infrastructural development, including the Akosombo Dam, which currently serves as electricity. But in a democratic world, bureaucratic red tapes can hinder economic policies. An example is the case of the National Cathedral. The National Cathedral has been unveiled since 2018, but it has not been in progress. Again, a strong dictator can instill law and order. Jerry John Rawlings, through his military regime, instilled law and order to prevent corruption. And with corruption in a weaker democracy, it is often overlooked. An instance is the case of the former Maslow boss. This trial began in 2019, and she was recently jailed. How many years has it been? Some effects of dictatorship include rapid decision-making. This ensures swift policy implementation and helps governments to improve everything that they are doing. There is also a long-term planning which helps them in improving the nation. Let's look at some developmental aspects of a stronger dictatorship. In the economic aspect, an example is Singapore's economic transformation. Lee recognized that Singapore needed a strong economy. That is why he launched a program to make Singapore a manufacturing industry or country which will be exporting finished goods. Also, there were improvements in public services under Rawlings's regime, where strict measures were taken against corruption as compared to democracies. Historically, Ghana's GDP growth rates during periods of strong leadership has often been higher than periods of democratic instability. So in 1998, Ghana's GDP was 5.6% under Rawlings' regime. But Worldometer report states that in 2022, our GDP was 3.24%. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, while acknowledging the potential risk, the benefits in terms of economic growth, law and order, and public services make a strong case for why a stronger dictatorship could be a more effective tool for Ghana's growth and development. Thank you.
Panel of judges, accurate timekeepers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, good evening. I am Dr. Antoinette, and I am standing against the motion that a stronger dictatorship is better than a weaker democracy. First of all, let me explain the following. Democracy, according to Abraham Lincoln, is the government for the people, by the people, and to the people, which simply means that democracy is a system of governance in which the people have the greatest, in which the people and their voices are being heard and considered. Whilst dictatorship is a system of governance whereby the power is concentrated mainly on a group of people or a single person. Mind you, in democracy, there is typically more room for liberty, checks and balances, and also freedom of human rights. This year, on 7th of December, every Ghanaian at the age of 18 and above with a sound mind would go to the polling station and then make a decision as to who to govern him or her and whom not to. This is not in the case of our brethren living in North Korea. Because of dictatorship, they have no right in a say of governance or who to lead them and who not to lead them. In democracy, every human being's right is being protected. You have the right in decision making and participating in every say of governance, not in a case of dictatorship. Why? Because in dictatorship, you have no right or no say in every governance. Let me give you some advantages of a dictatorship government. In dictatorship governance, there is lack of transparency and accountability. Every year, our Minister of Finance comes and gives us an accurate budget on our finances and the aspects where our monies were being spent on. But this is not in a case of dictatorship. Why? Because in dictatorship, since the government is since the power is in the hand of a few group of people, they have the right to choose whether to dictate to tell you that they have the right to tell you what to do and what not to do, as what the money is used for and what not the money is used for. We all know that Ghana practices democracy, right? But in dictatorship, the people or the security force who are supposed to sacrifice their lives for us rather abuse us. And in this abusing, who are you going to report to? Which court are you going to report to? For the fear that even though you report to them, they will give you the more, they are going to abuse you the more. You keep it to yourself. But in democracy, when you are being abused, you know that the law has got you covered. To conclude, dictatorship is never a key and a development to Ghana's economy. But democracy is. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow debater said, elections are going to be held this year. I don't dispute the facts, but elections are very expensive. Cost of the ballot box, papers, and even the people who are going to be employed to underlook the course of the election. But in the dictatorship, the stress is saved. We save that money to improve developmental projects. We use that, we invest that in the country. And also, she was talking about the abuse of human rights. Under Jerry John Rawlings' regime, some people may seem offended that they were abused, but those who were abused were found guilty of the law. For instance, if you were supposed to sell a 6 yards of cloth for 10 cedis, and you were found that you were selling it at 12 cedis, the military men will find you and then deal with you properly. That is because it is said that sell it at 10 cedis. Why are you going against the laws of the state? In fact, accountability to the people. My fellow debater, please, as I said, the case of the Maslow former president, it was not accounted for till this recently. So please, get your facts straight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I I like the accuracy and the strength and the fluency of my co-debater. But I would like her to know that every great speaker is a great liar. How can you know, during the regime of our former president, we were facing the Great Famine of 1983. And as every human being going through that famine, we all lack the sense of humanity and the sense of pity. How can a human being who has been starving for too long, trying to survive and trying to survive the family, sit down and watch or pay for, like watch whilst people are cheating him with a meager money? Will you sit down and watch your family starve? No, I won't do that. So any means I can do to keep my family going is what I will do, even if it means I should cheat them. So, my fellow debater, I'm sorry, but